Good evening. Welcome to a very special edition of the Power Hour. Tonight is an exclusive. We are doing a show specifically in lieu of what occurred Saturday night at SCW Arctic Takeover. And our very special guest tonight granting us time is the unified SCW-POWW heavyweight champion, Scott Spade. Scott, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join us here for this exclusive interview tonight.
Absolutely. The pleasure is all yours, of course.
That in this case, it is true. A hotbed of controversy happened Saturday night as the show wound to a close. You've had a long storied career thus far, and you've been in many meaningful matches. The way the match ended, the way you won that title, where does that rank in your career as far as, do you believe you won? A lot of people, a lot of speculation, a lot of different sides to this story.
Well, there is no belief. As you saw on my post on Facebook, there is clear-cut footage as both referees made that 3 count that my left shoulder was up, and the legal appointed official for that match, who was Turtle, was on the side when my left shoulder was up. So he, in fact, made the correct call.
I have been watching this footage for the last couple of days since it's been available, and you are 100% correct. And many people, myself included, owe Turtle an apology. Turtle made the right call. We were in the heat of the moment Saturday night. It was not the outcome that we at SCW wanted. Obviously, it's the outcome you wanted.
Absolutely.
But Turtle, if you're watching this evening, my apologies, man. We got it wrong. You got it right. Scott Spade is the unified champion, and that is not being disputed here. Congratulations, champ. You won that match as fair and square as it comes.
Absolutely. No controversy this time like the last time. Nobody has anything to say about it. Nobody can do anything about it. They're both mine.
Yep, Terry Allen does not have a leg to stand on this time because he put all the power in Turtle's hand, and Turtle made the final call. And in this case, the referee's decision is most certainly final.
That's
Well,
right.
Go ahead.
Congratulations, Mr. Spade.
I appreciate that.
But I'd be damned if I apologize to Turtle. Fuck that. I don't do that.
You got to apologize to Turtle. He was right.
And please, shit. How many times has Turtle messed up? So
You didn't mess up that time.
no comment.
I mean, you know, every dog gets a bone once in 9 years. So
Well, he got the bone that night, and
so
Scott.
he got it, you know, but still, I'm not apologizing to him. Shit, please.
Well, you're C-Red. You don't often apologize to anybody. That much is true. Right. Okay, so where does this match rank in your history? I mean, you both you and James Creed fought to darn near a draw. He pushed you every step of the way. You pushed him right back. It was quite a competitive match. I've had the pleasure of watching you quite a few times now at SCW, fighting various opponents. This night, you rose to a level that I was not accustomed to viewing. Obviously not a big fan of yours. I've not made that clear. That has not changed, but I respect the athlete. I respect the talent. And I thought you put in an incredible night's work.
Well, of course, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get the job done, because all I care about is gold and winning. But sometimes if I win or lose, it doesn't matter. If I accomplish my goal on leaving the guy laying or put him in the hospital or inflicting enough pain. But then again, there never is enough pain that satisfies me that I can put on somebody else. Like SCW guys supposedly said that I was the guy. I was the catalyst that started this whole SCW war when I choked out Ivan Manson with these babies right here. Put him in the hospital on that gurney, taken out of that building. That you could hear a pin drop when I took that man out. That, in fact, was an earth-shaking moment. I had no intention of starting a war, but I love war. So I'll do whatever it takes to win. I don't care. Rules don't apply to me.
Did you not see that?
Man,
We got a timeout. Ray on skills. Go ahead.
There's no timeouts in wrestling. This isn't football.
And this isn't a wrestling match either. We're doing the podcast.
If wrestling was easy, it would be called football.
Well, I understand that, but you got to understand, I'm out of the loop. So I may ask him a question.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay, so Ivan Manson.
Ivan Manson, yes. Of the family.
Of the family.
Yes.
Windy City, Ivan Manson.
Windy City, Ivan Manson, indeed.
Vanguard, Ivan Manson.
That is
the
the
man
same.
that we've seen on fire.
Yes, the man on fire,
The
hit a
man
man
on
with a
fire.
guitar with flames.
He took out.
Put him down and out, and Shabansa's finest came in to resuscitate Ivan Manson, put him on a gurney, and took him to the hospital. The first time in a storied career, the man has not walked out of the ring after a beatdown. He got put in the hospital by that man who is now the recognized unified champion of SCW-POWW Entertainment.
And here's a bit of history information for you guys about me before we get into the whole career thing. I myself was actually an honorary Manson member at one time.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Well, I know that. I knew that.
Well, of course, you know everything.
Oh,
You're-
Red knows for sure, because
Hey.
the greatest tag team of all time
Hey.
is Scott Spade and Rough Crossing, Noise, Booze, and Tattoos. But I think right up there is a close second is Red's favorite team of Spade Manson and the original Manson Brotherhood member, the legendary Ripper Manson.
Ripper Manson.
Him and I teamed up. We had 3 humongous matches against the Twin Turbos. If anybody remembers that name, they were legends in Chicago also.
I remember.
We had
I actually remember
equal battles, and Ripper needed a partner. And who did he call? He didn't call Ivan. He didn't call any other Manson family member. He called me because he could trust me. And that's the story on that.
It's a good
I mean,
story.
I was there. So I mean, but I don't know about my favorite tag team. You know,
Oh, it's your favorite. Every time I mention that guy's name, there's fear in those eyes.
It's fear
I've seen
because I've seen what both of y'all do together. So
That's right.
that part. But I want to back it up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You said everybody believes that when you choked out Ivy,
Yep.
and oh well, so too sad, so bad, the hell with them. That this is when the war started, right?
That's what people claim. That's what I've heard. But I don't think that's true.
I want to know, because I know when the war started for me.
I know when the war started for you too.
And to this day, I'm still saying, you know, it's kind of shocking that months have passed and Hunter Payne didn't do anything until this past Saturday when he wanted to get in Jimmy Blazes' face. So
Yep.
it's like he, again, I'm trying to figure this out. And again, Steve, you know, I'm meticulous about things. Again,
There's no question.
you know, he's never been around, you know, so beside it. But when did the war for you, Spade, start? I mean, when did you decide the hell with it? It's a war. Let's go.
Time out.
Rian wants to.
Oh, there's the timeout again. Now what?
Timeouts, Rian. Don't waste
Now
them.
what?
No. This man, he just told you when did that. What? You know, I'm sorry.
No, I want to know for him. Other people are saying that it's when he choked out Ivy.
Yeah, the
You only have one
SCW crew,
timeout
I got
left.
one left. I got one
the
left.
SCW crew is blaming that incident on starting this war. That's why they say they retaliated at T Woods Bar and Grill in Wooddale on one of our shows. That's why they invaded, came through the front door, attacked me from behind, took out my bodyguard Tiny, and a couple other people that came out to save me. That is the night that started everything. Not the Ivan
Okay.
Manson thing. Because I
Okay.
can do that to anybody on any show, in any town, anywhere I go. That's what I plan on doing to everybody every night. I want to fill as many hospital beds as possible. So that has nothing to do with starting anything.
Just
They're the
COVID
ones
kid.
that came up with their own reason on starting this war. And them coming to that building unannounced and jumping me in the middle of the ring. They had no right to be in there. They didn't buy a ticket. They weren't invited. They weren't booked. And then the second show, Wrestle Rage. I get my Power World's heavyweight title back for the second time. The whole entire crew of about 25 guys jump in that ring and they do it one more time. That is the official declaration of war.
Okay. So, Steve,
Yes,
were you at the first incident that Mr. Spade is talking about?
I was not there.
Okay. Were you at the second incident that at Wrestle Rage?
I was not.
Okay, Steve. So I'm trying to get this through your head. I really am. So why the hell are we fighting a damn good fight for a company? Guess what? They can't even tell us we going to war.
You know,
But yet, you always holding and flagging, waving the banner. But when you get your head knocked off, where's anybody at?
you know, previously, I might have answered this question just a little different, but tonight I've got a bit of a different take. I was given information that we were at war with POW Entertainment, and I take my job and my responsibilities at SCW pretty seriously. I'm a company guy. I believe they're family, or until recently, I believe they're family. And they said, we're at war. Go to work on social media. So I did, as I was told to do. And you know what?
Quick question.
Yes.
By who? By Terry Allen, the president, or by Hunter Payne, your so-called leader?
At this point, because I still have one more contractually obligated show, will decline to answer that question. But your question is valid, Mr. Spade. And I feel like I do owe you that answer, but I can't give it to you right now. But I'll tell you this, after what I witnessed Saturday, every once in a while, you get involved in a situation and you get in a little, your head over your skis. I think maybe that happened to me. I thought I was doing family business. I thought I was supporting my brand, supporting my brothers in arms. And I found out the hard way, very painfully, that I may perhaps have backed the wrong horse. It happens in life. We make decisions with consequences. Red, you are all about the consequences, which is why we are delighted to have Scott Spade here tonight, because I have had beef with him for a while now. And I felt like this was an opportunity to extend some professional courtesy, because I have not behaved real well to him, Mistress Misery, Tiny, and other members of POW Entertainment. Now, there are two members of POW Entertainment that I'll never apologize to, that I'm not done with, but that's another story for another show. Scott Spade won one hell of a match Saturday night. Let me say it again. One hell of a match.
That was a half an hour, by the way, too.
And if he is to be the SCW champion going forward, he should be respected. He should be supported and applauded, because he's earned it. He is the champ.
Damn right I have.
I will watch myself going forward. I am not feeling this war presently. And, there are people that are going to keep me involved in it because I've gone too far. And that's okay. Whatever beat down I get, I fully accept and I've earned. So I'm not too worried about that specifically, because I know that's coming. But as far as Scott Spade and Mistress Misery, they're going to get respect at this point because they've earned it. They swam through a river of shit all night at SCW Arctic Takeover, and they came out on top. Now, whether it was controversial or not, that doesn't matter at this point. The referee's decision is final. So, see, Red, you've been right all along. Perhaps I erred. And I'm man enough to admit it. And Scott Spade, you are the SCW champion. You are the POW champion. One hell of an athlete. Personally, we'll always have issues probably, but I respect what you've done in that ring, and you earned my respect that night, sir.
And coming from you, I do appreciate that, even though, like you said, we haven't seen eye to eye. Respect isn't given, it is earned.
That is a fair
And
point.
for going on 18 years, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into the greatest sport in the world, professional wrestling. It's been my life since I was
18
5
years.
years old. I've never wanted to do anything else but become a professional wrestler. And I think I've accomplished that goal pretty well.
Oh my God. So how beautiful is this? We haven't primed him. We haven't had to talk to him. We
Nope.
just segue into this. So, Spade,
Yes, sir.
18 years.
Yes, sir.
Steve always loves to ask one question and one question to all our guests.
I do.
So, when you were itty bitty Spade, what's that moment that made you say, damn, like this is the business that you wanted to be in? Like, I want to do that in my life.
There's one guy that's a bigger influence by far than anybody else that I watched when I was a kid. You guys have any idea how old I am?
You know how old I am?
If you've been doing this,
Do numbers go that high?
I'm going to go, you're 36.
40.
Whoa. Well, not a bad looking 40.
I appreciate that. You, on the other hand, are what, 62, 63?
I get older every minute. No, I'm 51, so I'm 11 years your senior, sir. Not quite in the 60s yet, but I keep going
Yeah,
the way
I was
I'm
close.
going.
I was close.
60 soon.
The number one guy that makes me do what I do, that people give a lot of crap for because he's not a good wrestler or what we call a worker. And he's the guy that made wrestling what it is today. Without him, wrestling would not exist on the level of the mainstream phenomenon that has turned into. And that is the one and only Hulk Hogan. He's the guy that I watched when I was a kid. That was my all-time favorite, and he still is. He's the man that created, along with Vince, of course, because it was one guy had to create the ideas, one guy had to drive the truck, and they just went out there and they created mass media, everyday life popularity of wrestling, and it became a mainstream thing that everybody had to be a part of and everybody had to watch. So Hulk Hogan, I think, is the most important wrestler, for sure for me, but definitely the most important wrestler maybe ever, except with a few people in, the golden age. And you can even, I'll give you a little tidbit about personal life too. I consider myself a wrestling historian. I have an encyclopedia of wrestling history up here. I could tell you about people at the turn of the century. I could tell you people all the way up until 2002. That's the last time I watched wrestling on TV, was 2002.
Wow.
Because everything since then is garbage. Absolute shit.
Ruthless aggression wasn't
Garbage.
so ruthless.
Sorry to get what he was.
Garbage. I think when they had the undisputed title, when Jericho unified them both in the same night. Sounds familiar, right? Like I did the same thing. And Hulk Hogan had it one more time, which I was all happy about. He got one more reign. Undertaker was cool to beat him, but after that, down the drain. It's been garbage. It's been a circus. It's been a stunt show. There is no emotion anymore in professional wrestling, and that's what it's all about. Getting the fans emotionally invested in what they're watching.
Storytelling.
Hating one guy, cheering another guy, just like we did at this last show. See, Scott Spade isn't a character. And I'm very, very extremely protective. I'm sure a lot of people know in this business, I'm extremely protective of the secrets of professional wrestling. And I don't tell anybody anything the way it works because it's magic. And if you reveal all your secrets and your tricks, it's just like a magician showing how he does his stuff. So I am very old school. I love 60s, 70s wrestling. and I keep it extremely, extremely private with everything I do. And everything to me is honoring tradition and honoring all the guys that came before you and keeping that tradition alive. And that's how I train guys also. And of course, as you've seen, that's how I wrestle too. I don't do all this flipping flopping crap. I get down there, I scratch, I claw, I choke. I don't care what it takes. I ground and pound. I am a wrestler. I'm not a circus trapeze artist or a stunt man. I go out there to whip some ass wrestling.
That is, it's funny. Because
Funny thing is,
easy. For me, I agree with you wholeheartedly. The wrestler that got me over to watch it and to love it like I do, also Hulk Hogan. Saturday night's main event, Honky Tonk Man hits the Macho Man with the guitar, blows.
That was a big one.
Elizabeth goes and gets the Hulkster.
Yep.
I was ever since. Thunder Lips and Rocky was the first time what the hell is wrestling? That guy's gigantic. Right. Then, of course, MTV, Cyndi Lauper, the Rock and Wrestling Connection. To me, once that happened, it was must see all the way.
There was no better and hotter years in wrestling, I think, than 1984 and 1985, when that whole thing exploded.
WrestleMania
we just had the most important date in wrestling history, January 23rd, 1984, when the Hulk beat the Sheik. That's the most important date, I believe, in the history of wrestling, because when he won that belt, everything took off like a rocket to the moon.
It's a fixed moment in time that changed the trajectory of everything that followed it, which makes it very important. I agree with you 100%. And, Hulk Hogan has been in my consciousness my whole wrestling life. When I got married, came out to Real American with the red and yellow feather boa. The first wrestling match I ever had where I fought in one, my entrance music was Real American because I was playing a character like that. So the fact that he's your guy makes me feel like I know you better than I thought I did.
It might sound weird looking how I look and do the things I do, that Hulk is my favorite guy, but that's the reason why I got in. But if you want to look at my wrestling style, there's probably 4 guys that kind of pattern my style after their style. Terry Funk.
Well, I see that right away.
Jake the Snake Roberts. Ted DiBiase. In my opinion, the greatest world's heavyweight champion of all time, might be a shocker, it's not Ric Flair. My opinion is Harley Race.
I see the Harley Race. I see that.
Okay.
Those 4 guys combined are a huge influence on my wrestling style, how I carry myself in the ring, how I move, and certain other guys here and there that have done it, but those are the main 4 guys. I've gotten to meet every single person, but I've never met Hulk.
Well, we've got to figure out a way to do that before he 2022 has been a robber baron of taking people that are beloved. I hope he doesn't take any more. So you have a deep history and a deep respect for the business, which I find admirable. What is your moment in your career where all the noise went away and you're like, I finally got it. I'm finally here where I want to be. Did you have a match that you're in the moment and you're like, this is what I want?
That's a hard question, because even so many people have asked me what's my favorite match. And actually, since the very beginning, I've actually written down and cataloged every single match I've ever had. I have it written down on a spreadsheet on my computer because I was born with a bad memory anyway. So to remember over 400 matches, there's no way I can remember unless I look at the list. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. So it's just a way to keep the memory going. And so I have down, who was with me or a partner against who, what company, the town, and the finish. So, but I mean, your first title is always special. The first title I had, I won 4 months into the business, and I had it for 11 months. until I lost it to, funny enough, Terry Allen was the guy that beat me for that belt. Your first world title was special in 2015. It was the POWW world title. That's the first one I won. Lots of street fights that I've had. First one was with Jimmy Blaze. Most recent against Ivan. I mean, I love blood and guts. I love hardcore wrestling.
There's a lot of blood in that match.
Yeah, I love bleeding. Speaking of two other heroes I totally forgot to mention, wrestling style, Bruiser Brody and Stan Hansen are huge influences on me as far as their working style. Even though most of their careers in Japan, not many people saw them here, but I'm a big fan of 70s and 80s All Japan. Also, where those guys, where all the American guys are over there, and were really big stars too. You know, Terry was over there, Dory Funk Jr., all those guys. So, to pick out one, I mean, like I said, there's so many. Just all different street fights that I've had. I think I'm actually more proud of my tag team career with Rough Crossing as Noise, Booze, and Tattoos as anything I've done singly. And that might sound weird to a lot of people, but I take such great pride in being in an unbelievable tag team with him. And he's one of those guys too, where we broke in together. He was 6 months ahead of me. He started in March of 2004, and I started August 22nd of 2004. So he was 6 months ahead of me. And as soon as we got there, we were instant friends. And it's just one of those things that just clicked, and we became best friends instantly. And we like the same music. He drinks more than I do. So, and then we both have tattoos, and I got more than him on that. So that's how our name came up. Noise for the extreme loud music. We listen to death metal, thrash metal, as you can tell by the stuff behind me and the music I come out to. Cannibal Corpse. So Noise, Booze, he drinks, but drinks more than I do, and all the tattoos we got. So we formed the perfect team. We traveled all over the country, won tag team titles everywhere we went. And him and I almost share a brain when we're out there. We can do things and talk to each other by almost mind reading. Like, we don't even have to say anything to each other. We just know what we're going to do with each other. And he has a little bit more, I don't want to say fancier style. He has a lot more movement and does a lot of more high impact moves. But I still do the same thing: ground and pound, rip and tear, claw, scratch, rip your face off, take your nose off, biting, stomping your head in thing, and it just fits as a perfect match together. And we're an extremely good team.
Now, I know you are in POW Entertainment, what little I follow it. I know Ruff is in that promotion. Is there ever a chance that tag team returns to glory, or are you strictly a singles wrestler from here on out?
Yeah, right now we're doing single stuff, but we're always together no matter what, because we're best friends and we have our bodyguard Tiny. So the three of us are always involved with each other no matter what. The team will never split up and do our own things. We might do our own things. We might have, like, I'm involved in a feud right now with certain people here and there. He's got the Midwest title for POW, so he's doing his thing with Vic Capri and Sean Mulligan. He's got that match coming up Saturday. It's a 3-way. And I got a rematch with James Creed here this Saturday too. So he's going to try to redeem himself, even though a midget can't beat a giant, a boy can't beat a man. So it's going to be round 2 of the same thing. But I think I just might make him look like Ivan Manson this time. So you better have 9-1 ready on your telephone.
It is a bold statement. So obviously this Saturday, the rematch happens 1 week after what went down in Shabans. And are you expecting just a straight up match? Are you expecting SCW to come in and disrupt everything?
I'm ready for anything against anybody at all times. I don't underestimate anybody, because the minute you do, you're lost. You have a snowball's chance in hell of winning that match if you doubt somebody. So no matter who I go against, you got to be on your A game, whether it's a guy that's 5 foot tall and 100 pounds, or if it's a guy that's 7 foot tall and 500 pounds. I go in this match the same way I do anytime, and that's to destroy and conquer and get my hand raised at the end of the match and keep my belts.
So obviously it's you and James Creed, episode 2 this Saturday. It's at T Woods, you said, correct?
That is in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, at Rumples.
Twin Lake at Rumples. Okay, it's the Rumples one.
Yeah.
Now, if miracle happens and James Creed finds a way to get the W, does he get the SCW title back? Does he get both titles? What's the stipulation there?
Every time I have a belt, I bring it with me to every company I go to. It doesn't matter what it is, and I always defend it no matter what. I am not a closet champion, no matter what belt I have. Anybody and everybody gets a shot, no matter if it's my home company, which is POW, or SCW, or if I travel to Tennessee is my second home for wrestling. So anytime I go anywhere else and I have a championship somewhere, I issue an open challenge from any company anywhere in the world that wants a shot at any belts that I have. They know where to find me.
Hey, keep that in mind for what you got cooking.
Fair enough.
This past Saturday at Arctic Takeover, it was a very spirited crowd, a very hard fought show. SCW won a couple of the matches. Meat Hooks O'Bannon made a statement against Sean Mulligan, and then you obviously with the big victory. So I would consider Saturday a split. And before I ask you the next question, I thought we were supposed to have Mistress Misery on this show. I've been advertising it. Is she not joining us this evening?
She's around here somewhere, but she's tending to do a little business right now. She might be making somebody a little bit miserable, if you know what I mean.
I believe me, I miserable and mayhem.
But
How's
maybe,
that feel, Steve?
yeah. Are you still walking with a hunch over there?
I'm not feeling great. It's still a little tender. I was hoping I would get to have some words with her this evening because I have some words for her.
Yeah, maybe if you'd like to, same way. If you beg enough, maybe she'll come on here and talk to you.
I don't know about Rian. You want to beg? You're not going to beg?
Not to get hit with a kendo stick.
No,
good.
it's just, and she swung that motherfucking kendo stick like Babe Ruth.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, she called her shot. And did you see the photos?
I did. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna walk into that ass.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm good. Thank you very much, but I'm all right.
I don't like looking
Right.
at this very much.
We did a little history on me. You ready for a little history on her?
Yes.
She's wrestling royalty.
Is she?
Her mother, her stepfather were both wrestlers.
Really?
Her grandfather was a referee. Her great grandmother was a financial silent partner in the famed OVW.
Wow.
The era where it produced 20-something guys from 97 to 2002. That Rip Rogers trained all those guys. As a little kid, she grew up around all those guys. So she was born into the business.
The lineage is most certainly there. Well, I mean, she may have been born into wrestling, but she swings a kendo stick like a Jedi, for God's sake.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't seen that.
She knows what she's doing, and she can hit harder than she's beaten up more men than women in her life. She can hit harder than a guy.
Yeah, she hit hard. Real hard. Don't clap. That wasn't that funny.
No, it was great. I watched that replay almost every day. I could watch it every single day.
That's
Well,
It's a
I mean,
beautiful thing.
I didn't like, that she hit you, but she looked so good doing it. I mean,
No, she looks good. She looks great.
Well, she looks, yeah. But that's
Yeah. You can admit it. You can admit it.
Spade, you already know. First of all, Spade. Let's put it out there, Spade.
Let's put it out there.
Our paths have crossed. 18 years for you.
We've known each other a long time.
Almost 20 for me. We've passed. We've passed. I don't fuck with you. Cause I see what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'd rather be on this side. Now with this whole war thing,
Mm-hmm.
your associates, I'll call them. They were on here last week.
Yeah, what'd you think of them, by the way? I saw that. I actually like that a lot.
And
those are good buddies of mine.
I got to be honest. I understand where they're coming from. That it was business. It wasn't personal.
Right.
What kind of person?
But when you attack me, I take it personal.
Sure
so
did.
I got a problem with them.
Mm-hmm.
But then I go back to the whole, I find it funny. Hunter kind of left, and you know, he was so busy fighting you that he forgot that he left someone in the ring vulnerable and lost his tag team titles.
Yep.
You know, and nobody here, I've had to hear the conversation. You know, oh, well, what are you gonna do, Red? Are you gonna get us a rematch, Red? What happened, Red? Really? Really? What? I was the one that was jumped from behind.
Yeah.
I didn't see you. And then to find out that they went previously and jumped you guys, like, so again, I keep telling Steve, stop poking the fucking bear. So
quite a few times.
That's true.
what the hell did fucking Hunter do? He
Nothing.
poked the POW bear and expected nothing. He expected POW Entertainment to lay there and take it. And then when they poked back, they poked hard. And now guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unified POW SCW champion, Scott Spade. And I bet everybody, and I was there.
He was there.
Those folks were sick. They were pissed. They were crying. They were upset. Why? Because the better man won that night?
Exactly.
I'm
By those fans getting sick and crying and being devastated, that warms my black heart.
And again, here's my issue. I brought it up last week. I'm gonna bring it up again. Hunter, I hope the fuck you're listening. Here's my problem. Scott Spade, you are a bruiser, a fighter, a knock you in the mouth kind of guy, right?
Absolutely.
At our last show, Steve, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. It was Hunter Payne versus James Creed.
That is correct. That was the main event.
And because he felt, for whatever reason, that Creed deserved this, he walked out for a 10 count, right?
He did. Voluntary 10 count. Never saw it before.
Again, I've seen it once, and Rian was there. He told you he was there.
Yeah.
I was.
You know, it was a double count out. Remember, Rian?
Double count out by choice.
By choice.
on both
But
parties. Yeah.
Spade, would you voluntarily walk out knowing you've got a title shot on the line?
Never. Absolutely not.
I wouldn't. I couldn't fathom that. I couldn't sit here and say, oh, I get a title opportunity if I went and I didn't beat this person. Like, they can't move. I'm just gonna say.
What did he expect by letting a guy that's what, 5'5" and 160 pounds to be able to beat me? Why wouldn't the man himself, who's 6'6", 6'7", over 300 pounds, have a better shot at beating me? And the leader of the company himself, as a matter of pride, the head and the face of the company, to try to take out me, the other face of the company, not the head, because Jimmy Blaze is the head. So why wouldn't he, just as a matter of pride and principle alone, not want to try himself? Because he's the most capable out of that whole roster to do any damage to anybody. But he would have the best shot at doing anything to me over anybody else. So why would he not do that?
But you keep saying that, Spade. Is he capable?
I don't know. I wrestled him one time
here's
12
the
years
question.
ago, and I beat him.
Here's the question I now pose.
A little animated.
Is it time to put Old Yeller out of their misery?
That's an interesting question.
I'm just saying, because there's got to be something going on. Are there medical issues that we know? Maybe Steve knows. I don't know anything about. Why would you just give this opportunity when, guess what? This probably could have all been over Saturday, right?
Right.
But the big bad hunter's gonna kill you. Gave it to itty bitty little James Creed.
Yep. See, that leaves a handful of questions. Does he
And-
care
and-
anymore?
and-
Does he
and-
still have it? Does he care anymore? Is he being the good teacher and giving his student a chance to win, the honorable, noble thing to do, which is disgusting? Why would you not take it yourself? I'm not going to give somebody else my title shot. I want that title shot because I want that title and put an end to this thing. But then again, war is kind of fun as long as you're on the winning side. And no matter what I'm doing, I'm always on the winning side because it took 20 people to take me down. The first time, 5 guys came in with a chair, hit me in the back when I wasn't looking. Second time, a wrestle rage. 20 guys came in to put me down. And I'm still standing, and I got both belts. By the way, hang on one second. I want to show you something.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, he's gonna go and show us something.
He's going to show us something. But when he returns, this is my take. You brought up some interesting points, Red, and of
I know
course,
I did.
Scott Spade brought up many interesting points about Hunter Payne at this stage in his career. A few weeks ago or a month, I might have told you to both fuck off.
Yeah.
Because I would have said that, how dare you? Oh,
I thought you guys might want to see these just to remind you of what I own and that belongs to me, that I see every day.
We were there.
Scotty Two Belts. We know who you are and we know what you do. Hunter Payne walking away from a match to give James Creed a title. A few weeks ago, I might have said that is an honorable thing and I respect it. And Hunter Payne and his involvement Saturday, in a different time, I would have said the boss was there leading the charge, the face of SCW, taking out a couple of POW future stars, I guess we'll call them. And I would toe the company line. But I don't feel like towing the company line anymore. I don't feel like it. I've been let down by this company one too many times, left twisting in the wind by this company one too many times. And I don't know if you noticed this, maybe not a lot of people did, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. In the 8 years that I've been doing this, certainly not 19, certainly not 18, certainly not as long as you, but I've been in enough locker rooms and I've heard enough stories to know that one of the most disrespectful things that you can do to another wrestler or another performer is a double overhand chop on someone's back. It's a disrespectful maneuver. I've heard that in many locker rooms. Do you concur?
That is true.
It's a sign of disrespect.
That is true.
Well, it seems that Hunter Payne may have instructed Marco Anthony to send me a message to recalibrate my brain because I'm kind of on the fence and not really a happy employee right now. So as they were leaving after their tag match, Hunter Payne got in my face as if to distract me and said, "What do you think of your leader now, Steve?" Those are his words. And as he said that, I turned to him and I said, "I don't know what to tell you." And as I said that, 2 chaps to the back by Marco Anthony to me, right where Mistress Misery whacked me just a few weeks earlier. So I'm tired of this shit. Disappointed in myself. Where are you going?
You keep going.
Disappointed in myself for supporting what I thought was a noble promotion so hard. So February is coming up. It's my last contractual obligation to this company, and I will go do my job to the best of my ability like I always do. And when I walk out of Shabance, it will be for the last time. There are plenty of places to go that respect me more and show me respect than what I have seen. I have been fed to POW time and time again. Now, yes, I talk a lot. It's true. not a keyboard warrior. I've taken my shots and I don't walk away from them.
Yeah.
Scott Spade, I have stood face to face in the ring with you, and only a crazy man would do that. But I have conviction. So I know you'd kill me. I'm not stupid, but I'm not backing down, not to anybody. But I respect what you've done, and I respect what you've earned, and I respect the effort you gave Saturday night. Not sure I respect Marco Anthony. Never really have. He and I have issues that go way back. Thought I respected Hunter Payne. That's changing. However, your boss man, the face of the company, the face of POW should be you, not Jimmy Blaze. Jimmy Blaze, I have issues with. Chris Hedford, the cosplay commissioner, I have issues with him. Not really problematic with much of POW anymore. Actually, I've gone back and watched some footage, and it's a fine little promotion you guys have up there. You do great work, very entertaining. But I'm not done with either of those two guys. And time will tell if I will make my way to Rumples and T-Woods, because I will show up. It's just a matter of when.
That's fine.
What
Even if your contract is over, you want to be part of the POW crew. We need somebody to wipe the mat when the matches are done. We need somebody to set up the ropes. We need somebody to haul the ring. You're more than welcome.
It's nice to know. It's nice to have job opportunities, and I appreciate that, Spade. I really do.
I'm just happy that you see the light. That's it, Steve. Again,
I see some of the light. I don't see all of it. I'm still gonna punch Jimmy Blaze in the mouth one of these days.
well, that's
So make
that's
no
neither
mistake.
that's neither here nor there. All I'm saying is I drop little tidbits for you every week, Steve.
You did.
And again, for the past few weeks, that's all I've done is want you to think, because again, look at our guest, Scott Spade.
2 belts.
Both belts, right?
2 belts.
He could have came on here tonight and said, hey, now I take nothing away from James Creed. James Creed fought a hell of a fight. Great job, young man. Kudos to you. But don't you think the result might have been a little different if it was Hunter Payne? But it wasn't. And then he decides to take on guys smaller than my thigh.
That's fair point. That's fair.
Like,
They fought
why?
hard though. Give them credit. They fought
No,
hard.
they fought hard too, but really? When the main event could have sold out anywhere in this nation, Scott Spade, Hunter Payne, that's money. I love money. You know I love money.
I do too.
That's money. Can you imagine? Scott Spade would not have rejected that. He would have looked at the contract, saw the payoff, been like, yes, I'm fine with it. But Payne didn't.
Nope.
And instead, he gives it to Creed.
That match would have been a lot tougher. I'll give him that because of his size and his experience, and how he's probably the strongest guy that I've ever been in the ring with. The guy's an absolute monster.
But
the outcome would have still been the same.
Used to be, Scott, because when's the last time you've been in the ring with Hunter Payne?
A few months ago, it was me and Ruthless against him and Marco, and he could barely breathe.
So I'm wondering, is the SC office not giving us everything we need to know? And again, as their former manager, you would think I would know about such things. But hence the word former. I got rid of the dead weight. So
Terry Allen protects his people when they need protecting. So you may be correct in this assumption. I'm not sure. I don't know anything. Like I said, I'm just a commentator and ring announcer there. That has very clearly been proven. I want to take a minute to get a fresh perspective on what we've been talking about. I keep talking about Rion Vision on our show. Rion, I'd like you've been listening, you get the gist of what's going on. I'd like to know your thoughts on what you've heard. This is Rion Vision.
It's sounding like a trial by fire according to Hunter Payne right now. You're just sending in troops to see what they do. But on the other side, I've been in the ring with Hunter when he was Bulbasaur. And when he wants to be, he is a beast. But based on what I'm hearing, and this is just on everything that's been going on, it may not be there. Like I don't want to. I'm just going based on what I'm hearing and what I have seen. If I was the biggest and baddest guy on the block, and I knew for a fact that I had to get my hands dirty in order for something to get done, I wouldn't send anyone else. It's just me. Like
That's Rion vision. That's
When I
medallion
first broke into
logic.
business and I met him, he was Balthazar and his partner was Austin Roberts. And they were one of the baddest dudes to tag teams I've ever seen in my life.
yeah.
Ruff and I actually wrestled them one time at Bourbonnais. And it was one of the toughest matches I ever had in my life. Like I said, that he's one of the strongest guys I've ever been in the ring with. But now that he's older, has he lost that step? Has he lost that drive? Has he lost that commitment? Not only to himself and his own wrestling career, but to his own company and to his students that he trains? Or has he lost his loyalties of friendship?
Father time is really rough on guys. I can see.
That's you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Yep.
It hurts me.
Especially the guy in the blue shirt I'm looking at right now.
This is purple.
It's purple.
Purple shirt. Purple shirt.
Purple shirt.
Mhm.
Anyway,
It looked blue. It looked blue on this side.
It's only because I'm right here. Cause I thought it was blue. On there it looks blue, but it's purple. It's purple.
Well, that's kind of funny. An SCW guy who has colors red is wearing a blue shirt. Does that mean something?
No, it's purple.
it's purple.
definitely purple.
But if you want
It's
to,
definitely purple.
if you want to talk logistics,
Uh-huh.
when you mix red and blue, you get purple.
Mhm.
So there you go.
And what about those purple Gorilla Monsoon glasses you got on?
No, these are POW blue.
No, that's blue.
Oh, yeah, see now,
That's
yeah.
blue. That's
Yeah.
that's blue.
That is
Uh-huh.
definitely
And the funny part, and here's the funny part.
Drink.
Everybody playing the Power Hour drinking game. That is your first cocktail of the night. Here's the funny
Oh,
part.
right.
That's
My
two.
bad. That's on me. I don't
Um,
have it. Hold on.
I do have a pair of red glasses. I just chose to wear the blue ones. Which is a choice.
Are you ready to start begging yet?
You know what? I came in with the intention to be respectful and acknowledge what you did.
Mhm.
But now you're asking me to beg to talk to the woman that hit me with a kendo stick.
Are you
And
ready to beg and lick some boots?
I'll put it like this as tactfully as I can.
Red's ready.
Oh my goodness. Good one.
I am not begging that bitch to do anything.
I'm out.
Did you hear that? I think she's ready. Are you ready for her? Come on in. There she is.
There she is.
The most devastating woman in professional wrestling. The most devastatingly beautiful woman in professional wrestling. There's no other woman that could handle me. There's no other man that could handle her.
Yep. You are not the
He's
it
a man
couple.
more
You
than
are
any
the,
other woman right now.
you are the S&M couple, I think. But
Absolutely. We are the royal couple of professional wrestling.
yeah, it's that's disputable. It's nice to I'd like to say it's nice to see you, Mistress Misery. But I'm not so sure that that's true from my standpoint.
Ooh, and she got the kendo stick.
We don't need a chair for her. She can sit at the best seat in the house right here.
Well, isn't that special? Mistress Misery, not to be confused with Mistress Mayhem. You had a pretty good night Saturday night, didn't you?
Very good night. It got even better when I got home.
Absolutely.
Don't look at
You
me.
lost it up.
You all right? It's a
She
good
knocked
thing you're
it
sitting
out.
down, Red. Otherwise, we have to talk about the first thing that pops up. So it's a good thing you're sitting down.
And there we
Yeah,
went.
that's
right-
why
you went right there.
I'm sitting.
All right.
Have
All
you
right.
ever seen a black man blush? Like really?
Yeah.
Hey, I see red. Yeah. Okay. I have been meaning to ask you this for several weeks. Why did you hit me with that kendo stick? What was the purpose of taking me out? Ring announcer, commentator.
Not wrestler.
That's your role,
That's my role.
correct?
Yeah,
Ring announcer, commentator.
correct.
You've been talking a lot of shit about my man right here. And I got real sick of it.
Oh, okay. So you were defending the honor of young Scott here.
Absolutely.
So in the event in the future that there is a retaliatory strike, you okay with that?
Never gonna happen.
I'm going to quote the late great Tracy Smothers. If that ever happens, everybody dies.
Well, it seems to me that everybody dies anyway. So maybe it's time to live a little dangerously. Yes, C-Red, you're a question.
It's not a question. How beautiful. Hey,
Which
But-
one are you talking to, me or her?
talking to her, not you.
All right, just making sure.
Let me ask you a question, Steve, because again, let me drop some more little tidbits. I was preoccupied, correct? So I was not there for said shot her around the world, correct?
I don't think you were even
I
at the
would-
facility yet.
ARC was handling ARC business.
Right.
Did Hunter Payne come out after she hit you?
Nope.
James Creed.
Nope.
JPH is probably still in the hospital.
That was
Anybody
a
else?
proud moment of my career.
Anybody else from SCW?
Nope. I was fed to POW, fed to him on a plate.
So again, Steve, think about this. Said beautiful woman walks in with kendo stick, wham, hits you, and nobody comes out.
Kind of makes you think.
Ready for this question? Do you remember who was out there with me when I had to hand that belt over besides Tiny?
It was her. No, it wasn't. It was
No.
Cody James.
Cody James. Was he not a SCW guy at one time?
He was
What is he now?
POW.
How many more guys are going to see the light and switch sides?
That is a great question. I don't trust anyone now.
Because we had one trader of our own, and that's Max Holiday. And he's number one on my hit list right now.
Yeah, I
Because
have
I paid him good money in that match that I got my belt back for Chris Cairo. And what does he do? He rallies all those troops that come in, those 20 guys that come in the front door. He steals my money. He gives me that big suit boot, and they lay me out. He double-crossed me just for the money. And now he's part of SCW. So both sides are having people that are going back and forth, forming their own alliances, their own unions together. Will there be any more?
That again, I've had my fill of being pushed around and beaten up, and guys like Vic Capri and Rough Crossing, I have no interest in dealing with that because I just no. Fortunately, I wised up, so I didn't get knocked out by you. I took Mistress Misery's shot, but that maybe that was the wake up call. Maybe I should thank her.
Well, she's
You're
right,
Then do that. She's here.
right there.
Maybe
She's
I should
lovely.
thank-
She's lovely, and she's sitting right here with the unified champion. So, Steve, everybody's gonna be quiet right now, and we're all gonna pay attention as you thank her.
Mistress Misery, thank you for beating the SCW out of me.
You're welcome. Hopefully I won't have to do it again, but if I do, It'll be harder.
That's probably true.
Can I
Nope.
have one?
Wow. Nah.
Normally you have to pay for something like that, but every once in a while,
See,
he's kind enough to get a free shot out there.
He already said it.
Yeah, I got caned. It's fine. I'll learn to live with it,
Hey, I was already there. I was there, but
and I'll learn from it, and I'll move forward. We have a show in February. You have a show this Saturday. It seems like the SCW-POWW war is going to continue for a while. Where do you see it going from here? That's questions to both of you.
It's going to keep going until one side runs out of guys, until one side lives in hospital rooms. JPH was there. Ivan Manson was there. Anybody who attacks this gorgeous woman right here has got another hospital bed too. And like you said, if I would have nailed you, you guys could have all been in the same hospital room together. Could have had fun watching The Price is Right all day long, all spending quality time with each other. It's all about hurting people. And that makes me feel good. I love hurting people.
Me too.
You guys are quite peas in the pod, that's for sure. It's not great for SCW right now. It's a feeling of no trust in that building. I don't trust any of them. Whether it be my new commentating partner, Rick Raid, Mike Newman, don't trust him.
Didn't you take him out too?
I did. Absolutely. I
C-Red
do remember that.
has reactivated the ARC. I trust the ARC as far as I can throw it. Marco Anthony, don't trust him, never will. And
He's
it pains me to
Yes, he
say
has.
that my trust in Hunter Payne is shaken. The man has done a lot for me personally. The man has taken me in. He has given me training. He has given me a job, done things for me that I appreciate. And I don't think
left you blowing in the wind.
that I can't ever repay. So I can't say I want to give up on Hunter Payne, but I know he got in my face on Saturday and distracted me while Marco double chopped me, and as pissed off as I was at Mistress Misery for whacking me with a kendo stick, that pales in comparison to what Marco Anthony did. There will be a receipt. And it brings me to my final point, the X factor in all of this. Terry Allen, the president of SCW. He sent me to collect the belt from you. Perhaps he told everybody to stand down in the back. I don't know. Terry Allen was in charge Saturday night, and his presence was felt all night long, including and up to your match, where Flat Top, who is an established veteran referee, was removed from your title match, and Turtle was replaced right as the match was beginning. We had a change in officials. Why? There are a lot of questions. There's a lot of conspiracy at SCW right now. Part of me is relieved that on February it ends for me. But I'll say this, my eyes have been opened. Scott Spade, SCW Nation, is your champion. He is the unified POW SCW champion. And when you come to Shabance in February, if Scott Spade is there defending his title, you should be respectful to him. He's earned it. One more thing. The fracas that happened at the end of that show, in which Hunter Payne told the fans to escort POW out of the building, and the fans got up in lynch mob style and took some liberties that perhaps fans shouldn't take. When you cross that line, in professional wrestling. Professional wrestling ceases to be entertainment. If you are a fan and you step up to try to inflict harm on a professional wrestler that's there for your entertainment, what happens next is unscripted. What happens next? Yes?
Third time out. We're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen on the screen.
I-
We're just gonna pretend like everything just, I'm wasting the third time out. We're just gonna blow past that.
No, I'm not blowing past it. I'm
All
gonna circle.
right.
I'm gonna
okay,
circle
all right,
back to the snake in a minute because
Okay.
I think things are on the rise over there, and
Okay.
we don't need to have to put an X rating on this particular broadcast.
Okay.
Oh, it's already there.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
All right.
Um,
Please continue.
That'd be called pay-per-view, by the way.
19 years for C Red, 18 years for Scott Spade.
18.
Mistress Misery grown up and has lineage in this business. Rion Skills 16, did you say? 18 for Rion Skills, 8 for me. What is the rule when a fan takes liberties that they shouldn't?
You beat that ass.
It depends on where they're at. If they're outside the ring, wrestlers should not touch fans. Fans should not touch wrestlers. But if a fan gets in the ring, I can do whatever I want to.
I'm from
PSA,
Inglewood.
kids. Buy your ticket, enjoy the show. Don't pick up a chair. It won't end well for anybody.
I've had that happen.
It's not, I actually at CSW, I saw a guy try to steal the belt from ringside, and I saw 3 wrestlers jump off a balcony and tackle him and throw him down a flight of stairs. That bad things happen to good people when you cross a line. Don't cross that line. Scott Spade, Mistress Misery. I've had a lovely time getting to look behind the curtain at the life of Scott Spade. I enjoyed this way more than I thought I would. And as much as I don't like it, I respect it. As much as I have had problems with you, I respect the match that you had on Saturday. I even accept the fact that I got kendoed, and I don't like it, but it was pretty cool.
Yes, it was.
I would
And
like,
it could happen again.
I would like to say thank you for taking time tonight to talk about your experiences. See, Red, you got a question in parting?
Oh no, they were just talk kendo sticks and pain and something.
You're signing up for that course.
All right, I'll leave you with one final question here for you to think about. The unity difference between SCW and POW. You've showed all your examples of the miscommunication and unity of SCW. You don't know if Hunter's going to show up or what he's going to do. Don't know what Terry Allen's going to do, if he's going to show up. You saw Jimmy Blaze and I together Saturday, right?
I did.
He is officially the guy that broke me in this business, and he was my very first trainer. We had a falling out immediately, and him and I have had battle my whole entire career with each other. Massive battles, hardcore matches, death matches, street fights, anything you can think of in a match, we've done it to each other. And now, because we work for the same company, him as the owner, me as the face, as the champion, as a reference to what's behind the wall back here, what we were talking about earlier, He-Man and Hordak, I'm sorry, He-Man and Skeletor put their differences aside. Jimmy and I put our differences aside to fight SCW.
That's a fair point. And it's one I think that we'll all be thinking about for quite a while. It's funny how you can be wrong about something and somebody to such a degree that you end up being physically injured because of it. I've learned valuable lessons here, valuable lessons that I will use playing forward. Maybe I should say thank you.
Say it.
Thank you.
There's something that comes after thank you usually. May I have another?
See what he did there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. All right. Scott Spade, good luck this Saturday night. James Creed is going to give you all you can handle.
I don't need luck. When you're this good, you don't need luck.
I'll give it to you anyway.
Did you see who he got with him? Like,
Okay.
really?
And Tiny's out there too somewhere. Saturday night, you can go check out Scott Spade in action as POW Entertainment is running in Rumples. It should be a great show. SCW will certainly be there if James Creed's going to be there. So should be a hot time up there this Saturday night. There's the flyer. There we go. Take a look at
The
that.
Rough Crossing is undoubtedly going to come out the winner of that match and keep his Midwest title. You can bank on that.
I
Absolutely.
disagree. I think Vic Capri is going to eat his lunch money.
He's maybe an inch taller than James Creed. What is he going to do?
Vic Capri is a beast and a badass. Don't talk shit about Vic Capri. He'll come looking for you.
I've known him a long time. He's an old man too.
Wow.
That old man kicks hard.
That's bad. I've had my issues with Vic, and yeah, Vic's a scary dude. Good luck. No, you don't need it. Have a great show Saturday night. This has been an exclusive Power Hour interview with SCW-POWW Entertainment Unified Champion Scott Spade. Thank you. And Mistress Misery, the fastest kendo stick in the West.
Hey, I didn't tell you to leave the room.
Oh, Jesus.
Who the hell was there?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, Jesus. If that was Tiny, Tiny's a dead man.
Wrap it up.
Oh, it isn't Tiny.
Oh, it's not
Wrap
Tiny.
it up.
Oh,
Hey.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
One final thought. Your boss, the man you've had issues with your whole career, Jimmy Blaze. My business with Jimmy Blaze is not done. Period. I hope you can appreciate that.
no, he's been the man around here. He's had a 31-year career, and he's done it all.
So what you're
He's-
saying, Jimmy Blaze is the man.
Absolutely.
So if I heard it right, once upon a time, to be the man, you got to beat the man, right?
That's right.
Interesting.
I've beat him, and he's beat me.
If
But right now, as you can see, I'm the man.
You are the man. If I beat Jimmy Blaze, does that make me the man?
You beat Jimmy Blaze. How are you going to beat Jimmy Blaze? In a match, in an eating contest, in a dance-off? What could you possibly beat Jimmy Blaze in? Yes?
The question was, if he beats him, would he be the man? I don't think it matters the contest. You were just curious as far as if he.
No. There's nothing that he could do to beat Jimmy Blaze. Nothing.
You don't think
Absolutely
you don't think I can beat him?
No, not in anything.
Okay.
No wrestling match, no contest, no game, no nothing.
I appreciate your thoughts. Scott Spade, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be with us tonight. You've been a great guest.
I've been the best guest, and the pleasure, of course, was all yours.
The Power Hour, Scott Spade, our guest. On behalf of C-Red, Rion Skills, I'm Steve. We will catch you next time. Don't miss POW Entertainment Show at Rumples this Saturday night. Good night, everybody.